In this introduction, we will be on the Gale in Context for elementary students. We'll also visit the secondary Gale databases to see what they can offer in terms of read aloud or text to speech as well. So this is the opening dashboard for the elementary Gale in Context. And something you might not have noticed in the past is there's this little button right here that says sound off. And obviously, if I tap on it, this sound will be on. That might not have been something you've ever done before, but let me show you what happens when the sound is on. I will be floating, not clicking, but simply floating over the hyperlinks and buttons, and you will hear the words read aloud.
Videos, pictures, news. I wonder, where do bees live? Art and music.
Isn't that amazing? So that is a really interesting tool that is just there for any student to be able to use at any time. Even more interesting is up here at the top, you may have noticed it says English. Again, those things sort of blend into the background because they're what we expect to see. This website is in English. But if I tap on that, I can change it to another language. And I can make this website not only appear with words from another language, it will also read those words aloud. So let's go to Spanish. And now it is clearly with the sound off, words in Spanish, not all of them, but some. And then let's see if it goes sound on.
Imágenes, noticias. Y wonder, where no ves, y wonder, where no ves libre.
All right, you'll hear that those words were read in Spanish, even though they could not be changed from English to Spanish on the screen.
Harán music, animals, geography,
So this is a great tool for us to keep in mind this year for our foreign language students or for our students who speak English as a second language. I'm going to turn the sound off for a minute, and I'd like to show you some more areas where you can have your students, or you and your students together can enjoy text-to-speech. All right, and you can see by the thread here on the left, I've gone from that home page into the animal section, specifically mammals, and even more specifically, giraffes. As a student, I can read this aloud to myself, or I may choose to turn sound on.
Giraffes. Giraffes are animals. They live in Africa. Giraffes have a long neck. They are very tall. Giraffes eat plants. They eat leaves off trees. Giraffe populations are giraffes.
All right, and again, I did not click. I simply floated my mouse over the text. That will be a tool that I can use on other pages as well. If I scroll down a little bit and I'm interested in this book article, I can tap on that. And now I don't see the sound on, sound off button up here. It looks just a little bit different, but you do see a relatively familiar icon right here. It says listen. So let's go ahead and see as much of the page as we can. I'm going to tap on listen.
Giraffes. Main ideas. Giraffes are mammals that are very tall and have long necks. Giraffes live in Africa and eat mostly leaves off trees. Giraffe populations are decreasing, in part because humans hunt them.
And I can stop it or pause it with this little toolbar right here. This time it started as soon as I tapped on the speaker button and continued until I told it to stop, whereas with the other one it waited until I floated over the text. This would have read the entire article to me, and there are a whole bunch of other tools in here that I'm not going to address because this is simply about text to speech. Right here, I recognize that as a translate tool, and since we mentioned translating, let me go ahead and tap on translate. I'm going to translate the article, and we'll go ahead and translate it into German. And again, the text has been translated. Terrific. But you no longer see that read aloud area here. This is document tools are disabled until you complete or cancel a transaction. So I'm going to complete the transaction. And now I get to actually listen to it. So again, this little ribbon opened up and reminded me that making sure you chose proper language, make sure this is what you want, and then these tools are available. And of course, let's listen to it in German.
Giraffen. This document has been translated from its original language. Accuracy of translation is not guaranteed. Back to original language. Giraffen. Giraffe stand in a canyon field. Giraffen stehen auf einem kenianischen Feld. Copyright Volodymyr Bodiak. Hauptidee. Giraffen sind Säugetiere, die sehr groß sind und
And I will pause. All right, and you'll notice that this type of reading aloud, by the way, this type of text-to-speech in the book articles allows for the karaoke highlighting of the words that are being read out loud. The other did not. But I bet these are tools that you did not necessarily know were inside Gale.